YouTube, welcome back. Dub Digital Crypto News, macro trends. Give me subscribe if you appreciate that content. I'm trying to give you the hottest crypto content on the internet. Today I'm talking to the OXT troopers. Orchid Click, where you at? Y'all know we plotted a fractal that we've been tracking over time. Well, guess what? It's been time. We're gonna go back over it, see what's been popping, see what's been shaking. And after we go over that price action, we're gonna hop over to the market analysis. Look at what that altcoin market cap's doing. What's Bitcoin doing? Is it up? Is it down? Is it sideways? What's going on? We're gonna find all that out. And make sure to stick to the end, y'all, because we're gonna go over some of that fundamental analysis. Because if you're part of the wolf pack, you know we get the FA and the TA and we mix it all up. But you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's pull up the charts. Alright guys, y'all know the drill. We out here on the OXT USD pair. Coinbase, let's get it. If you guys are returning viewers, welcome. If you guys are new viewers, where you been? Sit down, let's talk about it. So guys, if you don't know much about OXT's price action, this is what you gotta know. In March 2020, everything fell down. Bitcoin fell down to 3,000 something. It was crazy. People were crying under their desks. And guess what else happened, guys? And then for a period of about 154 days, OXT trended sideways, not really doing much. And that lasted until about mid-August of 2020. When OXT got pumped up to the sky, it went up about 407%. God dang, that's a lot of money. Hard up, and 2 days later, hard down. OXT proceeded to drop approximately 74%. I hate it. Well, my team's OXT bags of bleeding. And guys, notice how long it takes for these assets to actually come back down and correct. We've been downtrending for dang near 120 days. Yeah, Dub Digital, I know all that, bro. I watched your other videos. Why you keep saying that? I clicked on this video so I could hear about that fractal. You gonna talk about the fractal, Dub Digital? Hey, chill out, bro. Dang, what's all the hostility for? I'm getting to it. But before we do that, I want to highlight a couple points of this chart to help us make sense of what's really going on. So guys, as you notice, I did this to show you the point in which OXT dropped from when the big crash in March of 2020 occurred. But Dub Digital, why the heck is that significant? Being able to understand and realize that macroeconomic forces are in play always and affect all markets at every single turn. Sometimes 47% drops aren't because of the asset that dropped. When we look at the multi-month structure for OXT, we see that it keeps touching. We'll see that the price action keeps touching, flirting with that 25-cent level. Whenever you see price action hovering around a certain area on a chart, that means there's contention between the value of the asset in investors' minds, between the bulls and the bears to be exact. And it's taken some time for investors to feel comfortable being at that level again. Dub Digital, why are they so scared though? They're scared though because they remember a time when they were invested in OXT at 25 cents and it fell out 47% and they had to sleep on the couch and drink vodka for dinner. But don't trip guys, it's not all bad news. I want you to notice the volume. In true price moves, where the market sentiment matches an explosion or collapse in price, decreasing volume, decreasing price, authentic price action, and vice versa. Building up that buy pressure until we have a big explosion and the pressure resolves itself. Volumes drying out, getting less and less. And what do we know about decline in volume, guys? When volume declines, less and less money has a bigger and bigger effect on the asset. And that's typically when we see go from contraction to expansion. Notice the big volume here and then just nothing, nada, zero, nothing to write home about. But that's not the case when we start to enter mid-November. And that's definitely noteworthy, guys. Oh yeah, Dub Digital, why the heck is it noteworthy? Because it's telling you someone's buying OXT. It's not just dying. And guess what? They're buying right around the 25-cent level. That's interesting. Let me move this fractal a little bit so y'all can see. But when we look at this area here, guys, we got to notice something. We know that the OXT price keeps getting pulled back like gravity to the 25-cent level, right? Pulling it back. And instead of falling all the way back down to the lows around 19 cents, will OXT price action hold above the 25-cent level? Will we continue to get upwards price action? Time will tell on that. But let's reapply that fractal now. Help us give us some more understanding of where OXT might be going in the near future. Here we go, guys. This is what it looks like. This is the fractal that I've overlaid for OXT USD price. Just to let you guys know, in full transparency, I did shift this fractal over approximately 11 to 12 days. Let me show you why. You guys see this sell-off that occurred here? Kind of looks like a front end of a D. The part of the geometry that lines up the most right here is this. What I really think is occurring is a cup and handle shape motion. Cup and handles are typically pretty bullish as long as it forms out that way. We got to keep an an eye on it. But guys, check it out. I gotta preface that this is still forming, guys, because you know what, guys, I try to be transparent as hell. Fractals are not the same. History is not a mirror, but it oftentimes rhymes, right? So there's obviously some margin of error that can occur in this fractal, but right now I like what I'm seeing. Unless you think OXT is trash, unless you think it's going down to nothing and never coming up again, assets that go down typically go up, and assets that go up typically come down. Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Yeah, Dub Digital said a bunch of words, but I still don't know what the heck's happening with this fractal. So let me put it nice and simple for you. Based on what we've drawn, we need to see in the next half a month or so OXT going up, let's say a lot. But in all frankness, guys, I think that this could even be extended out to February or March time frame. But that's enough of the USD pair. Let's talk about that BTC, because you know I love those Satoshis, baby. Let's get it. So guys, I'm gonna save you on this one, all the history, all that filth, flaunt, filth. So I gotta be honest, guys, this BTC fractal, it's not playing as well as the USD pair, but there's some good reasons that I can offer to explain that. Price action has a lot to do with the currency that the asset is actually denominated in. For example, in a volatile asset like Bitcoin, when Bitcoin goes up, OXT price is probably going to suffer, and that's exactly what we're seeing here in comparison to the USD chart. You'll see that the Bitcoin pair has an even greater decline from the height that it reached. That has a lot to do with the overperformance of Bitcoin lately. So even though the OXT USD price had been rising, it means Bitcoin was rising faster, pulling OXT's price down. And if you remember, guys, the area right here on the USD chart was much more exaggerated, much bigger. And as long as Bitcoin goes up in tandem with OXT, I think this chart is going to suffer and is going to lag behind the USD pair. Dub Digital, what the heck you talking about, man? Just tell me what's gonna happen. It's my expectation that the BTC price is really gonna pop off around Q1 of 2021. And when I apply a curve here, we get a natural trajectory that we can use to help replot this fractal. Guys, as you can tell, it's hard to pinpoint Bitcoin pairs when Bitcoin's moving all over the place, but we're gonna do what we can and monitor as we can. And as we get new data points, adjust, move, adjust. We listen to Bruce Lee. Be water, my friends. So essentially what we did, guys, was extend this fractal about one fiscal quarter. And it's showing us that in late February of 2021, we should see an exponential price rise in Satoshi value for OXT. And that will put us well above 10,495 Satoshis per OXT. Getting me so hyped. But Dub Digital, why the heck do you think altcoins will go up? Is that your big reason why altcoins are going to go up? Because Bitcoin might go up, so altcoins might go up. Right here, I pulled up the Total 2 Index, aka the altcoin market cap. Let's check this out. If you've been hiding under a rock, it's all good. I'm gonna bring you up to speed. These circles I identified pretty much identify a fractal that I believe is playing out again. First one occurred between April 2017 and December 2017. The altcoin market cap rose approximately 3,000, 4,000%. That's a lot. Just look at it graphically, guys. Don't make it a science project. Doesn't this structure right here look a lot like this right here? And doesn't the price action that occurs after that structure look a lot like what could occur moving forward? I would say it does. So knowing that history doesn't repeat itself, but oftentimes rhyme, and knowing that fractals follow that same rationale, I went ahead and took the rest of that move, copied and scaled it over to this more recent area of time. Let's zoom in. What's that? Dub Digital. It looks like the altcoin market cap's in the ascending triangle as well. Now you're catching on. And that's exactly why I hint to you that a change in market sentiment may occur, where not only Bitcoin bullish, altcoins bearish, but cryptocurrency bullish. And in fact, that's exactly what the fractal implies, guys. But that's enough of the TA. Let's hop into that FA. Yeah, that fundamental analysis. Because you know on the Dub Digital channel, we like to get the TA and the FA and we mix it all up. Alright guys, we got this one from ZDNet.com. Employee surveillance software demand increased as workers transition to home working. Whoa, you're telling me that companies and bosses want to know everything employees are doing? Sounds like every boss ever had. A new study showed that the demand for employee surveillance software was up 55% in June 2020 compared to the pre-pandemic average. Global demand for employee monitoring software increased by 108% in April and 70% in May 2020 compared with searches carried out the preceding year. Queries for how to monitor employee working from home increased by 1,705%. Is that many people trying to find out what people are doing on their own computers? And 652% in May 2020. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. We're not going to read all of it. But the moral story is this. Technology Technology surveillance is getting increasingly more comprehensive in every aspect of your life, everywhere you turn. Someone's looking at what you're doing online, logging your IP, getting some consumer information from you so they can sell to somebody and make money off of your data. Insert your favorite cyber privacy overreach, and yeah, that one too. If it's not a tech company, it's your job. This is exactly why decentralized protocols like OXT, like Orchid, will have value moving forward, because this trend is not going to end. Senators expressed privacy concerns over proctoring apps. There's a cloud, there's that Illuminati eye. Kid looking at it, no bueno. Last week, 5 senators joined the chorus of privacy advocates, students, and teachers expressing concern over surveillance proctoring apps being used to watch the students remotely during exams. Really? You're watching kids? That sounds creepy as hell. And right here it says the senator said you must be able to demonstrate that you are respecting student privacy. The letter notes that proctoring app features have flagged individuals with disabilities or physical conditions such as tic disorders or muscle reflexes as suspicious. The app's shortcomings fall heavily on vulnerable communities and perpetuate discriminatory biases. Didn't think that was bad enough? Check this out. Other tools that are gaining popularity with school administrations include facial recognition software and applications that monitor student social media activity. I miss the days when I played like dodgeball, man. Now they're gonna use facial recognition on kids and watch them through their computers and discriminate against kids with tics? Man, I'm so glad I'm done with school, because this crap is crazy. I couldn't even stand still for 1 second when school was regular. Now I got robots watching me and stuff. I think this goes to show us, guys, that the paradigm is swinging too far to the right on this one. It's gonna be up to the populace to actually assert boundaries on these entities by using technology that comes out of the public sector. And this is our last article, guys. Apple launches its new app privacy labels across all its app stores. At Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference in June, the company announced it would soon require developers to disclose their app's privacy practices to customers via new glanceable summaries that appear on their app product page of the App Store. These new app privacy labels are going live across all Apple's app stores. The new labels aim to give Apple customers an easier way to understand what sort of information an app collects across 3 categories: data used to track you, data linked to you, and data not linked to you. Really? They gotta collect even data not linked to you? This aspect alone will expose the industry of third-party ad tech and analytic SDKs, software development kits, basically code from external vendors that developers add to their apps to boost their revenue. And in this paragraph, it highlights some of the information they actually collect on you. It's like actually your address, email, phone, health and fitness information, clinical health records API, movement disorders, financial information, payment and credit info, location, and user content like emails, audios, text, gameplay, pretty much anything you've ever sent online ever. They got it, they read it, they know it, they got a file on you, bro. And I'm not quite sure why I need to show you guys anything else in terms of why OXT is going to have a place in the next bull run. It's not because OXT, it's all because of things happening around it, and OXT slotting itself as a partial, decentralized, and robust solution from pretty much the cyber tyranny that's occurring online right now. You got a bunch of people saying, leave me alone, don't look at my stuff, and the powers that be saying no. Alright guys, just want to bring you a quick update on OXT. To sum it up, guys, it looks like that USD fractal might play out sooner than that BTC pair. And that has a lot to do with Bitcoin killing it, up at all-time highs, flirting with 20,000, might go above. And as long as Bitcoin shows that same kind of strength, the OXT BTC pair is gonna suffer. But it's all not bad news, guys. It's good to know that we have a robust, decentralized solution that we could turn to if things ever get really, really weird. What am I talking about? Things are really, really weird. If you appreciate the content, give me a like, comment, subscribe. Dub Digital, crypto news, macro trends. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.